Welcome to the Boothbay Sea and Science Center, exploring the science of seaweed farming program. Today, we're headed out to Spartan Sea Farms on Casco Bay to repair our seaweed lines that were damaged by the January 10 and January 13 storms. With farm owner Ken Sparta and his crew, we leave this beautiful harbor located in the north corner of Casco Bay in the small village of South Freeport. It's a cold 26 degrees Fahrenheit with a brisk east wind gusting 18 to 20 knots. As you can see, there are visible whitecaps, and the temperature of the ocean spray is about 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Ken explains.
A floating polyform buoy that's also a big yellow buoy, and then there's all these other yellow buoys. They're supposed to be in a line between those two buoys. The line parted in the middle. This one? And we're gonna go and replace the line. I think probably, Maisie, what I would like to do is that last yellow buoy that's right there, that last yellow school buoy, the hard shell, go over there and we'll grab that and try to get a hold of the line where it's unbroken. We'll tie on some of this orange line to that and then bring it all the way over to that other end, because I think we've got enough so that we can go between the two, and then once we've got both ends, we'll tighten it up.
And so the repair begins. Using a gaff, Ken reaches for the yellow buoy that is located at the point where the lines parted. Unfortunately, the line breaks free. Fortunately, we were there to rescue the buoy and bring it aboard.
Did it just break again?
We next travel to the north end, and once again, using the gaff, we bring aboard the buoy that remains fastened to the end of that line. Ken then directs what he needs Macy to do next.
Hey, Maisie, however you want to get us to those other buoys.
Okay.
Everybody watch this line, okay? You don't want to step in it. Cold swimming.
The new line that will connect the north end to the south end is prepared. With the strong wind on our bow, it's a challenge to keep the boat steady on the line. Macy does a super great job maneuvering and holding the boat in place so the repair can be done. The crew talks about next steps to securing the new line. The wind speed has increased and we're all feeling cold. Due to the tides, currents, and that the lines have been left to float freely, they have wrapped around each other. Skillfully, Ken untangles them. With skillful boat handling, the north end of the line is brought to the south end and connected. Now the work of seeding new drop lines to replace those that were lost. One end is tied to the drop line where it connects to the brick.
Well, you can edit that out. I don't know exactly how to do those things.
In the buckets?
Clips. They're over. They're Maisie.
Oh, yeah, we have long line clips.
Great care is given to unwrapping the seedlings from the spool. 4-foot pieces are cut, the same length as the lines that were in the classroom tanks.
And this
We
is the
wrap the
elementary
seedlings
school.
onto the line as quickly as possible to avoid prolonged exposure to the cold temperature that is being made colder by the wind.
Boothbay?
The process of wrapping the seedling strings is made very difficult as our hands became casualties of the cold seawater. It's tough
For like
to
this
tie
stuff?
knots when you can no longer feel your fingers.
You know the main state science lab?
Yeah.
It's up where the kids stay overnight.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where they're going.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I had a kid that was accepted to it, but
Is that awesome?
yeah.
It's really exciting. So we're excited. We get some good funding. We're going to buy more equipment.
Is it all kelp
It's
specifically?
sugar kelp or malaria.
Okay.
And they start in the classroom, and then they replant it, and then we harvest.
Out there though, near them?
4, 5, 6.
Thanks to persistence and endurance, 3 new lines were made. Each line is secured to a buoy that is numbered, and that number corresponds to a school. Using buoy clips, the drop lines are secured to the long line and gently lowered into the ocean. We are thrilled to have successfully repaired our farm, and we are most grateful to Ken and his crew for making it possible. See you at the harvest.